Okay, Shalom. This is the brother Howard Thumb from the member of YSO, Yahweh shall sanctify ones. I want to foremost to start off by giving all honors and praises and glories to Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, Eric Millstone, the brothers out there that are willing to keep teaching the brothers around the four corners of the earth. Okay, now today's video lesson is going to be about this truth is our comforter, right? All right, because while we're in this world, we have to learn how to use this Bible properly. Okay, we have to learn how to dwell with wisdom, right? Like understand it more. Okay, and this is wisdom in Solomon chapter 6, verse 9. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. Right. Wisdom of Solomon, right? It says, unto you, therefore, O kings, right? So it's talking about us men, right? It's talking about us men. Do I speak that ye may learn wisdom, right? Who is the Lord talking to? The Lord was talking about the kings on this earth, right? That had the understanding and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? And that word wisdom, right? When you go into that word wisdom, right? What does that word wisdom mean? Okay, that word wisdom means skill in war, shrewdness, prudence. Okay, so this wisdom is a skill. Okay, this wisdom is a skill, right? This wisdom is a high level thing that coming from the Lord. Okay, now let's. Now this is verse 22. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, right? And that word seek means search things out, okay? And bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth, okay? In another word, for that word knowledge, right? That word knowledge means perception, skill, discernment, understanding, wisdom, right? And that word discernment means the ability to judge well, right? Okay, because we also have to have the words of understanding, okay, and we also have to judge well through the scriptures, okay. And this is what verse 25. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good, right? And we know that the word instruction means discipline, chastising, correction, right? Because when your father disciplines you, right, he actually wants you to learn the right way, right? Because the word instruction means discipline, chastising, correction. Okay, in verse 25 says, receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. Okay, now this is wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 15. So this is wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. This is wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 15. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise, right? So it's the Lord that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise, right? Who is the wise? The 144,000, the elect, right? It's the Lord that does all these things, okay? And a precept for that is Sirach chapter 1 and 1, where it says, all wisdom coming from the Lord and is with him forever. Okay, and this is verse 4. Wisdom have been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting, right? So everything comes from the Lord. Okay, this is verse 16. This is wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 16. For in his hands are both we and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship, right? So the Lord has everything in his hands, the wisdom in us, okay? For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made in the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, and the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars, right? So the Lord knew how. So the Lord knew how everything worked, right? We knew how everything worked before, right? Yahweh Shah himself also knew um how how the world was made, right? How the stars were formed, right? How many stars there were, right? So the Lord knew how many stars there were, right? How many animals were in the sea, how many hairs we have. The Lord knew everything. The Lord knew how the sun and the moon and the earth operates. The whole entire planet operates, right? Because why? Because Yahweh Shah is the creator. Okay, and this is verse 8. No, Shalaka, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 3. And that she is conversant with the Most High. She magnified her nobility. Yeah, the Lord of all things himself loved her, right? Shalakia, I'm kind of, I got bad allergies, right? That word conversant means to live with, keep company with, to turn, right? So wisdom was already with the Lord, right? Yahweh Shema already had wisdom from the beginning, right? Because why? Because that word conversant means to live with, keep company with, to turn, right? And when we come beside this truth, wisdom is already being applied through us through the power of Yahweh Shema, right? This knowledge and this understanding is actually with us, all right? It's actually living inside us through the Spirit of the Lord, okay? This is verse 9, right? This is verse 9. Therefore, I purpose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief, right? So this truth is our comforter, okay? And if you go into that word comforter, right? Okay, come. And when you go into that word comfort, it means to strengthen, but strong, give or add strength, okay? So this truth is actually giving us strength, right? Yahweh Shema Shah is actually strengthening us up through the Spirit, right? He's actually giving us wisdom. He's actually giving us instruction. He's actually giving us knowledge, okay? This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 2. And ordained man through thy wisdom that he should have dominion, over the creatures which thou hast made, right? So when we get our spiritual bodies, we're also going to have dominion over the whole entire earth. Okay? This is verse 4. Give me wisdom that sitteth by the throne, and reject me not from among thy children, right? So give me wisdom that sitteth by the throne, right? And that's talking about the Lord, right? Because who sitteth by the throne? Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay? Yahweh Shah on the right hand side of his father Yahweh. Okay? This is verse 9. And wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works. It was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. Right? So the Lord had wisdom. Okay. Technically, the Lord gave us wisdom, right, to apply through our daily lives. Okay, and this truth is our comforter, because every time that you go through something, right, you always refer back to the scriptures, right? This life is actually, when you go through something in your life, right? Let's say you lose your job, right? Or let's say something happens, boom, boom, boom. You just go right back to the scriptures, and it actually calms you down. Okay, it calms you down. And then temperance means self-control too. Okay, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I just want to add something to it. But I hope this video was edifying enough. Brothers out there, keep teaching, keep preaching, no matter what, and do not give up on yourselves. And with that, shalom.